Hello, my name's Jacob Sotiris. That was the worst intro ever. I'm Jacob Sotiris. Welcome to another video and welcome to my channel. If you haven't already, make sure you've subscribed and make sure you have hit the little buttons and button and all of that good stuff. And let's jump in to today's topic, which is something I've heard a lot about in automotive, and rightly so, is how automotive and the automotive industry is going to deal with things post coronavirus. Now, as someone that has been a salesperson and someone that is now offering services to dealerships around digital, I want to address this myself personally and let you know from the inside what I think is going on and what's going to happen moving into the future. So buckle up and let's go. Firstly, let's start with the bad news. I have a feeling there's inevitably going to be some redundancies. That is the inevitable with most businesses, not just automotive. Businesses are here to try and survive, and if they can survive, they will later on re-employ people. But at this moment, it is cost cutting. It's finding the areas, the fat that they can trim off so they can survive. That's a goal business. A goal business? That's the goal of a business, is to survive and to make money. And if there are things that they know that they can trim off and it won't impact their business too hard, especially at a time that is getting quiet, I think that's what's going to happen. So I think a lot of redundancies are going to take place, unfortunately. Number two, I do think that this is a huge opportunity. Now, digital has been floating around in automotive for a little while, but we've been one of those industries that's just been a bit like, hey, we've got a good sales process. I'm not going to budge off that. It works. We sell cars, which I get. However, it doesn't work anymore because the world is going digital. The fact that you're watching this YouTube video tells me that you watch videos. The fact that our dealerships are going to get quieter because of coronavirus, because we have to naturally impose things on the dealership. So, for example, social distancing. So that's going to mean a lot of things for walk-ins. They're not going to be walk-ins. It's going to be a case of booking customers in, having a time slot, make sure they come in, which again, it kind of goes back to point one about redundancies. Well, if you're booking everyone in, then you can control the flow. You're never going to be overflowed, so you don't need as many salespeople. I'm sorry. I know I don't want to tell you the bad news. This is going to mean that dealerships really need to embrace digital because the customer interaction is going to become a lot more online, a lot more inquiries, whereas usually it's kind of 60, 70% walk-ins, 30% digital phone call leads. That's going to be flipped on its head completely. Digital leads are going to be the place. It's going to be online responses, phone calls, and the odd walk-in, but there's not going to be a huge number of them. So making sure that you are absolutely in tune with yourself, upskilled in using video, upskilled in terms of how you handle the phone is going to be vitally important for you in that dealership to make the most of the opportunities that's there. Because as I said at the beginning of this point, it's a huge opportunity for people that are willing to embrace this new way of thinking, this new way of going about things. This is where you can knock out the competition, because there's a lot of people that are going to be kept on by the dealerships who are going to be thrown into this world where management have gone, right, this is the new process, this is how we're going to do things, and they don't buy it. They're not jumping into it. They never did before. They probably won't now. So if you're the different person, you're going to go, do you know what? I'm fully embracing digital. I'm going to make sure there's videos on all my listings. I'm going to make sure every customer that inquires gets a video sent back, whether that's the See It Nows, whether that's just made by yourself. Just get yourself trained, get yourself skilled up, because this is going to be the area that you can stand out. This is going to be the area where you'll stand out from your competition and from other businesses and other people and yada, yada, yada. So you're going to stand out if you can embrace it. So it's a huge opportunity at this moment in time to just fully embrace digital. Point three, I do believe this is going to be the case that we need to, as salespeople, be more empathetic. Usually we have numbers to hit. We've got to hit these targets, but salespeople need to understand, and sales managers for their salespeople will need to understand that customers are in a sticky situation. If they're still looking to buy a car, that's amazing. They feel confident enough. However, this moment in time, a lot of people are uncertain of their futures. A lot of people are uncertain of what's going to happen tomorrow, let alone in 3 years' time at the end of a PCP. So we need to be very empathetic to the fact that the process may take a bit longer. That's just something that's going to happen. If things take longer, that's fine. As long as we understand that we're not going to pressure these people, we've got to just give them the best service we can, understand the situation that they're in. They'll understand the situation we're in, because we want to sell cars. That's what you want to do as a salesperson. They'll understand that. They know they don't want to waste your time. However, you do have to understand that there is a lot going on behind the scenes for them potentially that you don't know about. So you have to be empathetic to the fact that these processes may take a bit longer. And processes leads me nicely on to number four. I've lost track. A number. The next one is the sales process. The sales process is going to need to change. It's been this robust thing. It's been fantastic. It's been there. It's been amazing. However, it's about to change. I've actually just been today, we've been looking through the current sales process and looking how that's going to be a digital sales process going forward for a lot of manufacturers, for a lot of businesses, franchises, dealerships, all of the sort. So how we can actually change the process for dealerships from being meet and greet, qualification, signposting, the usual static demonstrations. Well, this has got to be moved more digital. So maybe the meet and greet is the phone call, the correspondence digitally, and the qualification is done via a Zoom call, or possibly just to help with this social distancing, keep people safe. Maybe it's you send out a questionnaire that has all the things that you would usually ask for your qualification, get the customer to fill it out so you know what they're thinking. From there, static demonstrations. Well, customers are unlikely at this moment in time to be coming into the dealerships to have you show them around a car in close vicinity. It's not going to happen. So we need to be able to send them a quality video to show them all the areas that are important. So maybe that is a 7-seater, for example. It's an easy one to use. 7-seater. If someone's looking and inquiring on a 7-seater, chances are they have lots of kids. They need a 7-seater. So spend a lot of time around that area, because if they were with you in person, that's the place that they would float to. They want to see that boot space. So don't just glide over it in your video. Make sure that you spend a lot of time there. Spend a time on showing them the ISOFIX fittings, because again, if they're looking at 7-seaters, the chances are, unless they've got a giant dog and need a massive boot and they don't want a van, that they've got some kids. So you're going to need to think of ISOFIX. All these things that the customer would be thinking in that demographic, that customer base thinking about that type of car, you need to make sure you address in these videos. So that's going to be another area that, one, you'll stand out because it will show you really care about the customer. But two, it's just you're putting yourself in these customers' shoes. At this moment in time, they might not be able to visit the dealership, but they want a full show of all the areas that are important to them, but they might not feel comfortable to ask you to spend a bit more time showing them this. But that could be the make or break between whether they buy a car or not. So you just need to think on your toes with how you respond to these people, how you engage with them. And if you're putting videos on listings, how you address these videos, make sure they're very, very high quality. Been a long day, okay? Make sure that they're really high quality and they are addressing all of the key areas that they would want to see if they were with you. Number 5, 6, 12, 4, I'm not quite sure what number I'm on at all now, is remember that this time is tough. It's tough on your mental health. It's tough on your well-being. It's tough in general. Don't take that away from yourself. If you're feeling rubbish one day, or you're not feeling confident to go in, anything like this, take a step back. Think about yourself. You are going to have to do this. I know we want to put the business first. We want to put ourselves first, the commission. But at the end of the day, the commission is no good if you're not around. So just take a step back. Remember, it is tough. It's okay to feel a bit pants. The situation is a bit pants itself. So just embrace what you can. But when you need to take a step back, take your foot off the gas and relax a bit. Now, thank you so much. This is a bit of a slower paced one, maybe a bit less energy, because it's a serious subject. And I want people to understand this is a serious subject, because this is going to change how the world works. So if you have enjoyed or got any value from this video, I would massively, more than you can imagine, appreciate a like, a comment, or even more, a subscribe. So if you're in automotive and you're not subscribed already, get in the pot. And I will catch you on another, probably more upbeat video.